World Health Organization estimates that approximately 10% of any population is disabled. It also estimates that of the 10%, only 5.8% of persons with disabilities need to be provided with the services.
We see it as a natural thing for those who are born with them, but we forget about whether we shall or we shall not be disabled. And get it from today that every person is a candidate of disability. We have primary, we have secondary disabilities. So you're moving, you get an accident, your hands are chopped. You've seen people who lose legs and you become disabled at the moment.
The National Policy on Disability in Uganda aims at promoting equal opportunities for enhanced empowerment, participation and protection of rights of persons with disabilities.
For example, in Ntungamo there are men and we don't have an organization that deals with disability. I'm Rotarian Kahumza Eric. I'm a social worker. I work with Habilitation and Rehabilitation Agency as the founder, an organization and a charity that empowers women, persons with disabilities, their families and local communities. I studied community-based rehabilitation at Chambogo in the Faculty of Special Needs. I know what disability means. I know what women empowerment means. Me, I believe when you really empower women, you empower the nation. It was my desire to work with women and persons with disabilities because they are the most people at risk.
One of our core values or responsibilities as Rotarians is to give help to the less fortunate, the less privileged. And when we approached rehabilitation and habilitation, this is exactly the group, the people we are supposed to be helping.
Nimanya Eriki Owire Buringwa kwega mu mwaka w'2016 kandi ubu nambugana n'ikitago cyo kwera abatine chwera namunonga abana barema.
We all know that if God takes one thing from someone, then it gives back one too. It's our own choice to sit and cry for a loss or to find out that unique quality of ourselves, and challenged people know how to fight and develop a willpower.
They are doing things more important than those who say they are normal.
Icyo banza nabanagijurwa nabagaywa nibitwa amazina agubataro kugenderera ha buhangwa bwabo n'uburi mu bine kituma nabo nkabayiyanga.
When a person with disability is loved, they have a full potential. They are capable of anything, but we try to marginalize them, we try to underlook them as if they are people who are unable, the people who don't have what to do. Moreover, when he doesn't have arms, so he's useless. No, they have a life to live.
Ashi omwishomero kanimba ngo ntaro sweeping rota mukwera ukora ki, you don't you participate with others? Which activities?
Ninyanduku bakosa munko mukwera kuba ntwe Edmond omwishomerere.
Abana bo nabana betenga rukundo, nibene betenga okuhaburwa, nibana betenga okurindwa, so nibana betenga okuhaburwa, nibana betenga bakura education nangashi okushoma. When ugo mwana shemye kutunga kwezi wakashoma akabana
ati nyowe namunonge chinshawo amagezi kare ngine konkanyenda nyongerho nkore wonders and miracles ushange ngoreje nyenda nzo mwishomero runji tingwenda kuzo mixed nyenda kuzantari ngishomero rinkwenda eringo magara.
Disability in some other societies where we are not operating and they see a disability as a curse.
Nkakorwa ikitongore cyaheza kubaho kiretira abaziri babana abo kubamanya nk'abantu b'umuhendo kabumugasho kandi bari banyensi yabo ne basara yo kugira umugasho.
Kunuya mbwenu ekininke cyo kubanza ekininke cyo kubanza kubaho kugira ngo kwatere ubiro bw'indi bantu kwatara.
We have forgotten to focus on people as people and disabilities as secondary parts. Our society has taught us to tolerate people with disabilities but not to respect them and admire their abilities.
One thing we lack is information, guidance, and showing someone the right way. And trust me, when that child with disabilities is treated the way they are supposed to be treated, there is light. They give you hope even more than you expected. So it's all about what you think is right. It's not about how much you have, it's not about how much you give, but the love you give with. And I see everything done with love is everything done well.
If you visit those people, you really realize that those people are in dire need of help in all life activities.
Yeah, we don't have money, we don't have funding, we live under squeeze.
The needs are many because these children need specific schools which have the specific skills to bring up those children. And that is a challenge with the whole Ntungamo. There is no any school specifically just for disabled children.
It's all about guidance, it's all about how we love them, it's all about how we perceive disability. You know, when there is a will, there is a way. I started from a scratch. I was from the university, so I made sure I squeeze all means. I found out that in my squeezing I would forego lunch, and my group members would think, why is this young boy not eating? For me, I had my secret inside. So I went, bought books, all scholastic materials. I went to village, started it right away. I started with 15 children, all in primary. And it was, you can't imagine that in life people are changed by a few things.
Habilitation and Rehabilitation Agency looks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all, which means that all children should have equal access to education no matter the gender, race, religion, conflict, or disability.
We empower women, persons with disabilities, their families, and local communities. But our focus, like critical focus, is involving those two groups, women and persons with disabilities. So we so far operate in 3 parishes, that is Kagugu Parish, Nyanga Parish, and Omunjeni Parish. They are in Rubare Sub-County, Ntungamo District.
Abagira mbahwiri ageze ko bayamba so nikitagisa ahabo kuba kurga cyatandika mu kigasira abana bingi n'amakamenje gahwegwa ahabo kitongore cyo.
Because I started it with passion, I have to end it, and I want to see lives changing, and I've seen them changed. So I want to see every woman empowered.
So, because our values, our objectives as Rotary is to help such people, we find ourselves automatically partnering with that group because they need everything almost in life.
We get contributions like from Rotary Club of Ntungamo. Sometimes they say this time we are buying a box of books. Then I also add my money to buy pencils, to buy pens, to buy mathematical sets. At every end of year, we give them packages. At the beginning of the year, we give them uniforms. So all that under contributions, all that under our sacrifice.
Ekitongole kya Eric nokimanya nkikora
kimpe karamu kimpe ebitabo kimpara Ntungamo kimpara Rubanda
babahire ibyo gukoresa nk'ibitabo babahereza ubucumu babahereza setsi babahereza karamu babatandikira n'umujinya go kwetandikiraho kwetungura namunonga bazire.
Living with disability exposes one to personal limitations in the economic, psychological, and social spheres. And after that exposure, persons with disabilities have worked hard with overwhelming power and energy to pass the limits because this, at the end of the day, it's their everyday life. But then, it comes back to us to help them overcome such exams of life and defeat them.
Habilitation means skilling. In our disability language, habilitation is skilling. To gain a skill, naturally to train. And rehabilitation is reskilling. You lost that skill because of that disability. So we want to revive you. So like the drug rehabilitation, like these drug rehabilitation centers, they rehabilitate you. They bring you back to the normal you were. So in our project, we want to bring back life to those who thought life is useless. We are having a proposal on education where we've written to many potential people and those who are out can still support us. We've planned a 5-year program where we want to touch lives of 57 children we so far have and 5 in secondary schools.
80% of people living with disabilities live in developing countries, an estimated 15% of the world's population.
We have increased numbers. People want services. And to me, it's a challenge. You have a passion to support, but you don't have ways of supporting. And it hurts me, by the way. Resources are totally inadequate, absolutely inadequate. You know, when something doesn't have a stable funding, it's something rough. It's hard. So, as I told you, we live under mercy. We operate under grace. Someone contributes for you 100, you survive on that 100 for a month.
In Ntungamo District, the education system is not adjusted to best suit children living with disabilities, which has denied most of them access to education. For example, there is hardly any school purpose set for the disabled children.
Because they give what they can. Mostly the Office of Community Development at the district level, he has been good. And other CDOs and other sub-county officials, you know, the government is never bad. But the problem we find, they don't have money to support us. And they think we NGOs should be supporting the government. They think whichever NGO starts has big money. But why even government? We want to solicit funds outside the government. It's not good to stick on the government.